Good morning, folks, and welcome back to Spill the Tea Lou. Obviously, my name is Lou, and we are rounding off round 14 of the Premier League by discussing the match between Manchester United and West Ham. The match that I thought Manchester United were going to win 3-0 in my little land of Delulu. But you know what it is? I sat and I watched the match last night. I was on the terrace then, the football terrace with Terry and KJ and everybody afterwards. We're having a bit of a chat, and if you watched it, you will have seen me saying, I don't care. I don't care about the match or the game or what they do with the manager or the players. I don't care. They're all shit. I'm sick of it, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, that is in the height of emotion after the match, and you're going, oh, this again. So, now that I have had a night's sleep, I do care. And I almost preferred it when I didn't care, because now I'm sad and disappointed and disillusioned and mad. So I think I preferred it last night when I couldn't have cared less. But look, right after the match, when you're disappointed, when you're underwhelmed, when you're feeling like, look, that really should have been better, you never know what you're going to say, which is why it's interesting to do it then. And now it's interesting to do it here today with you guys on my own channel and be like, right, okay, how differently do I feel about 12 hours later? Please do smash a like on the video. If you're a Manchester United fan and you're suffering with me, I need your support. If you're a rival fan and you're laughing at me, at least give me a like for it. So please do smash a like on the video. 1-1 end result. Very disappointing match. For any neutral that watched that match, absolutely fair play to you, because I'm a Manchester United fan. I have been a Manchester United fan all of my life, as long as I can remember. I love the club, okay? But about halfway into that match, I was like, this is boring. This is so boring. Is anything going to happen? It's dead from both sides. What? Oh my God. If I was a neutral, I would have turned that off. As a Manchester United fan who should have been emotionally involved in the game, I really did consider turning it off because it was so boring. There was no intensity. There was no fight. There was no atmosphere. And you know what it is? A lot of people get on at the fans and they're like, oh, Old Trafford was really quiet, like 80,000 people, how can it be that quiet? The West Ham fans are louder than the United fans. And you know what it is? I got to thinking, maybe a lot of the fans were feeling like I was last night. You're just like, oh, you're out of it. Like you've nothing left to give. There's nothing left because you've given it all already and you've got nothing back, and you cannot pour from an empty cup. We pour our hearts and souls and support into this team, and they're not pouring anything back at the minute, so we're empty. We've nothing left to give. And so I actually thought the quietness at Old Trafford was very symbolic. It was really, the fans are tired. We've been doing this for over a decade, nearly 2 decades. Manager after manager, player after player, bad result after bad result, bit of hope only to crash down again. And it's really bloody tiring. And like that, at the time I was like, oh, come on the fans, get it up, get it going. And then this morning I was thinking, but I wasn't like that. When I was sitting watching it at home, I was sitting going, oh, turn it off. So if you're in the stadium and you've gone out on a winter's night to watch that, I can imagine the feeling of deflation that you're having when you're mentally going, turn it off after spending your money and your time. And a lot of them people have worked this morning and had worked yesterday, were up early, did their day's work, went and watched that, and have to get up and do their day's work again this morning. So I don't think we can blame the fans. Not that I don't blame the fans anyway, but I don't think we can say, oh, well, the fans should have done better, the 12th man. Well, do you know what? The team should be giving us something to be better about. The team should be giving us something to actually hold on to. It's like we're clinging to like a life raft that has a hole in it. It's sinking as well as the ship. And it's just, it's tiring, it's frustrating, it's deflating, it's underwhelming. The one thing it's not is unexpected. Because not only have we been doing this for decades, but this is the second week in a row that Manchester United have had the opportunity to get themselves up into the Champions League spots by playing a winnable, beatable opposition and just absolutely not done it. And it's ridiculous. Now, last night, I gave some criticism to the manager and some criticism to the players. Now, apparently, that's highly controversial and I'm mental and I must be hammering out or I must be making excuses for him. Honestly, I was like, I don't care if he goes or stays. And half the comments were like, oh, you're so hammering him in, you're so defending him. And the other half were like, so you're basically saying manager out. And I'm like, no, I haven't said either of those things. As it stands, I'm not manager out and I'm not hammering him out. If people are, I absolutely 100% understand. The form isn't good enough. The results aren't good enough. A lot of the players have not improved. He's not playing Manu. He's putting on Ugarte in that match when Ugarte on form has been terrible. Why would you not put Manu on? He's making some questionable decisions. It's been really, really rough. There's the potential that even if he improves slightly, he's still not going to be the guy. And there's no point wasting time on keeping a manager for the sake of it when he might not be the right guy. So if somebody wants Amram out, and there are a lot of people out there now that do because of they're fed up, I understand. I do not disagree. I completely see your logic. I personally am not Amram out just yet. I see all the flaws. I see all the faults. But I'm curious. He's had one transfer window. With that transfer window, the players we've brought in have overall been good. Mbeumo didn't have his best game for Manchester United last night, but he was not terrible. And he has more or less carried us this season. He's been our best player by far. Cunha has been okay, but we know what he can do. He's been in and out. He's a little niggle. He had the head injury. It's been a little bit stop-start for him. He hasn't really got running yet, but we know what he can do when he gets into a run of games. So I'm not overly concerned about Cunha. We know what we've bought there, and he's done it in the Premier League, so I'm not worried about him adjusting to the league. Lomans has been very, very good for a young keeper stepping into the situation at the back that we have at Manchester United. He's done very, very well. Obviously, there's question marks over Dorgu, but we'll see how that goes. But I would say he's got a 3 out of 4 hit rate at the minute, unless those things change. So what I would like to see is give him another window or two. Give him the summer window. Get him midfielders. I want 2 midfielders because Casemiro's ready for retiring and Bruno's not a midfielder. Ugarte is not very good. He doesn't want to play Manu even if he is good. And, there isn't enough talent, quality, ability in our midfield roster. Therefore, I actually think we need 2, let alone 1. We need a left wing back because while Dalot had the game of his life last night, in general, he's not the guy. Credit where it's due. Very, very good goal. Very good game overall. Do not understand why he was substituted off, but isn't the guy in the long term. And I think that's a perfect example of why I'm not manager out just yet. He made the bad decision to substitute Dalot off when he was having a very good match. However, Dalot was not generally very good, and Dorgu is the replacement. Therefore, who else is he going to bring on? So I feel like it's a bit of both. So people get angry that he's not playing Manu. I understand that because when he has Manu at his disposal, why is he putting Ugarte on when we know, even if you think Ugarte is a good player, we know he's out of form and we know we're not doing as well as we should be in this match. Therefore, put on Manu, who's a bit more of a sure thing. So therefore, you got manager bad decision, but then Ugarte goes on and plays terribly, which is the player. Like, the manager isn't making him play terribly. He's not telling him play terrible. So I think it's both. I think our players are bad. I don't think we have enough depth in our squad because when we look to the bench, when we're struggling in matches and we look to the bench, there's nothing there to put on. So, and that's the problem we've had in a while for Manchester United. So I think that part's not his fault. He's not been buying the players for the last 5 to 10 years. So the fact that we don't have good players on the bench, the fact that we don't have squad depth is not his fault. Mentality. People talk about mentality. I said this last night on the football terrace. When we talk about mentality, people often talk about motivation. Is it the manager's job to motivate the players? Should the players be self-motivated? Is it a bit of both? It's his job to get the players in the right frame of mind, but also these are grown adults paid hundreds of thousands of pounds per week. They really should be able to self-motivate a little bit there as well. And I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's his job to get the best out of the players he has, but he cannot upgrade the ability of a player. Wherever their ceiling is, their ceiling's there. So if he's got to their ceiling and their ceiling isn't high enough, that then stops being his responsibility. So again, I think it's both. But aside from being motivated, I actually don't care if you're motivated, because there's some days we all wake up and we're not motivated. If you go to the gym, there's days where you do not want to go, but you do. When you get up in the morning and you don't want to go to work, you're not motivated to go to work, but you go to work anyway because you need money to pay your bills, to look after yourself, to look after your family, to do the things you want to do. You're not motivated, but you go anyway. You're disciplined. You're disciplined because you do the thing you don't want to do because you know that it gets you what you want. So when our players have a match that they're not feeling motivated for, that's okay. They're humans as well, and sometimes we're just not feeling up to it. It's not today, we're not feeling it, it's not what we want to do, we're not motivated. That's okay, because that happens. But be disciplined. Turn up. Do your job to the best of your ability. Turn up even when you don't want to. That's the problem at Manchester United. We have no discipline. And we saw this with some of the players we've let go. We have players out clubbing instead of being at training. We have players on social media undermining our manager, making silly little digs. We have players doing all sorts of silly nonsense. That's nothing to do with motivation. It's discipline. We lack mental discipline. And when we're talking about mental discipline, we go back to the fact that 2 weeks in a row, we had the opportunity to move into Champions League spots and we don't. So, very underwhelming, disappointing match. What it did is it confirmed what we already knew. It confirmed what we were hoping to be wrong about. It makes me sad. So as I said last night, I was like, I don't care, I'm sick of it, blah, 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 blah. But realistically, I'm just tired. I think the fans in the stadium were tired, and I think whether you're Amram in, Amram out, whether you want to blame the players or you think, no, it's not the players' fault, whoever's fault you think it is, whatever side of the fence you sit on, maybe you're on the fence still, sort of like me, maybe a little bit more time, but at the moment not feeling particularly happy with the situation, underwhelmed. It's just tiring for everybody involved. Jallo's goal, fantastic goal, very good control, good turn, good finish. The West Ham goal, Mazraoui clears it off the line and it comes straight back in because there's a West Ham player in the box not being marked. So Mazraoui just fantastic to get it off the line. Similar to Aaron Wan-Bissaka heading it off the line earlier in the match. There was some good chances that were, not made the most of. I will say, and the last thing I'll say, and the reason I've left it till the very, very end, is I don't actually think it had a massive bearing on the match, but it's something that I just do want to make kind of a note of. Aaron Wan-Bissaka should have been sent off. He cleans out Dorgu from the back. It's a yellow card all day, every day, and he's already on a yellow. He should have been off the pitch. The referee, for the most part, seemed a bit inexperienced. He got in the way of the ball more than once when passes were being made. He just seemed inexperienced. I don't think it impacted the outcome of the game. I think a draw was probably a fair result because they had spells, we had spells. It was just a difficult day at the office. I don't know what's going to happen at Wolves. And I think that's part of the problem. I think that's what's making our fans angry. We're about to play a team that has 2 points in the Premier League. They haven't had a win. And it's very possible, not probable, but it's very possible that we're going to hand them their first win of the season, and nobody out there, no United fan can say, oh, we're definitely not. And I think that's the problem. That's the problem. So look, let me know what you think. Do you think Man United fans are being melodramatic? Are you a Manchester United fan? What do you think? Are you Amram in, Amram out? Are you undecided? Do you think it's a bit of everything? Is it the players and the manager? Is it the whole thing put together? Are you disappointed? Are you deflated? Are you angry? If you're angry, fair play, because I literally am too tired to be angry. I do care, but I'm too tired to be angry. I'm definitely not out here ranting. I do not have it in me right now. But let me know what you're thinking. Let me know where you're at. If you're a rival fan, what is your outlook from the outside? I'm curious to see, because when you're in the situation, it always feels a little bit different. Please smash a like on the video. If you're new, please subscribe. And I will see you guys tonight, 9 p.m, Lou and Ash are live. So who knows what's going to happen there, but it'll certainly cheer us up. So I will speak to you all then, folks.